Here is a little help with the pendulum problems. So you start out, you have a problem here you're going to do on your own. You're going to generate a sine curve. It's going to ask you to determine the period and frequency and cycles per minute for your sine curve. So when you do this, remember to start out at 0. When you get back through a complete cycle, that'll be 1. Another complete cycle will be 2. You want to count as many cycles as possible. To find the period, you do the change in time divided by the number of cycles. Okay, so we have about 3.1 seconds and we have 2 cycles. That'll get us the period. To find the frequency, you do the reverse. Number of cycles over the change in time. To figure out how many cycles will be per minute, you just take your frequency and multiply by 60. So this is pretty straightforward, and hopefully you have no problems with it. Just enter it in and hit submit. The next problem, we have Hannah swinging back and forth on a pendulum down in the auxiliary gym, and I want you to find the period, frequency, oscillations per minute, and length. So again, 5 oscillations in 18.4. To get the period, you're doing the change in time over the number of cycles. Frequency, you do the reverse. To get oscillations per minute, take your frequency and multiply by 60. The length is the tricky part. To get the length, you want to use your period equals 2 pi length over 9.8. Be very careful with your algebra and solve it for L. Whatever you had for period gets put in here. Okay, finally, you're going to try and solve one dealing with the Franklin Institute. So it's got a giant pendulum with a length of about 90 feet. When you do this, make sure you turn your feet into meters. Put it in here, find the period. Once you have the period, you can find the frequency by doing the reciprocal, and then multiply it by 60 to get your oscillations per minute. Make sure you understand how these work. Make sure you can do the actual calculation. If you need help, stop into the Macaulay 1 classroom and ask for it. Thank you.